Monday went down, we're live on the air. Networking, collabing, good vibes everywhere. From manic to magic, we're turning it round. Grab your drink, let's wind it all.
Resellers unite, share wins and some fun. Recharge your week, the best has begun.
Vintage finds and stories to share.
Two old guys and friends who care.
Monday went down, come join the crew. Relax, connect, discover something new. From manic to magic, the best show in town. It's Monday night, let's wind it down.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana.
I got my coffee, I got my dollars, and I'm looking for deals. Am I at the right place?
I say, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
Bless you, my child. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sister Mary Agnes. You may have heard about me from my friend Cajun Roots Reseller, Johnny. I met Johnny many years ago when he was purchasing furniture from Frankie and Johnny's in Louisiana. They were not going to give him credit, and I vouched for him. I said, let him have it with no problem. He's got the dollars. See the special man.
Let him have it with no
You got
problem.
the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man.
Hello, I'm Johnny's Dough Girl. I'm here to say subscribe, hit the bell, not my belly button, and share out his shows. Always give him a thumbs up. You can even become a member. Buy him a coffee and follow his other channels like the cooking shows, my favorites, his fur babies, and more. Leave a comment. And when you watch a video, you're showing him your support.
Hi, I was looking for some jewelry. I'm going to be getting married soon. No, I don't have any credit.
Well, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, if you own a fixed income, even if it's on a sale in the Cajun Roots Reseller eBay store, guess what? Send an offer. We'll let you have it with no problem.
Johnny has many auctions, chat shows, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and all are welcome. But there's no drama or negativity tolerated on any of his channels. Now go, child, with my blessings. Watch Cajun Roots Reseller. Love always. Be kind to one another, and have a blessed day.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
See the special man.
You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Cajun roots, Johnny understands.
Johnny understands.
Let him have it with no problem, see the special man. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello, good afternoon, and welcome in. We have our special guest, Michael with Angry Otter Reacts.
Hey,
Hello,
Michael.
Hello.
Michael. We were chatting in the back room. Mark says, we got to get going. It's time for time. And I got excited because I was doing something else too. And it's like, yes, we just started. You know what
Somebody's
I'm
got to
doing?
keep this on track.
We're talking and chit chatting. It's like, oh my God, I got to stop. Let's go. First in the chat today is Regina. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are you doing? And TZ, hello, good afternoon, and
Hey.
welcome. Ashley Reed, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And
Hi, Ashley.
Ryan, getting ready for another convention. Well, you keeping busy. That is a good thing. Good to see you. Welcome, Ryan. And Florida girl, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. Great to see you again. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I actually know her from the Buffalo Picker, where I'm at every last Sunday of each month with the Defend the Hustle with Buffalo Picker Tommy. Glad to see you. Welcome. And Paula, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how
Hey,
are you?
Paula.
Good to see you. What's up, Patrick?
Patrick.
Good afternoon and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you and welcome. And Heather, hello, good afternoon and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. All right, for those that didn't know or don't know, we've been doing this. This is our fourth episode, which I need to put in the description, which I didn't do.
Oh, dear.
I got to get in that habit of putting what episode we're in. And again, we try to have a guest every week. Y'all definitely tonight we're going to be talking about AI and the right way to use it. Or if you have questions, make sure you ask in the chat, because Michael and I, a year ago, when this first came about, I made the comment, no, I'll never use AI. I don't know nothing about it. And Michael's response was, never say never, Johnny. And look at me now. I'm using it.
Guess who's hooked?
I'm learning it.
And you're loving it.
I'm loving it. And so that's one of the things too about it. You know, you never say never because you just never know. Like Mike and I were talking earlier too. You know, that's our future coming up right now.
Yeah.
And we need to get on the bandwagon. I know I still have questions. I'm still learning. There's so much going on that I see commercials about something with AI here and there, and I already know that I've been using, for most of y'all who use Canva, there's AI there. There's the Google Genie AI thing there, and so there's so many programs, but there's so many questions.
Right.
This morning there was a question in reference to I'm scared that I'm gonna get my channel taken down by using AI. So I'm gonna start this question off first, and hopefully y'all have many more to come into the chat. My question is, when using AI, when it comes to YouTube, is that illegal, or can you do it? And what are some of the things you have to do in order to acknowledge that you're using AI?
Okay, so yes, you can use it. It is not illegal. It is legal to use on YouTube. Many people are using AI on YouTube. And what you may not know is YouTube is actually using AI without you even knowing it. So when you take a full video and you turn it into a Reels clip, YouTube uses an AI algorithm to go through and enhance your Reel clip all on its own. It's already being done with AI. So if you look at your original video footage and you look at what your Reel clip looks like, you'll see differences between the two. And you didn't initiate them. YouTube did it using AI. So when doing the video, there's a setting in there. If you're doing the whole video using AI content, you have to select the little radio button to say that this is AI content. And the reason for that is AI is getting so good now that you cannot determine the difference between a real video clip and something AI created on many of these AI platforms.
I have a question. So when I'm going through and setting up my videos, in the description, down where it says, does anybody or anything
created by AI?
No. What's
alternate content? Do you have any of the following descriptions that will make in real people appear to say or do something they did not say, alter footage, or generated a realistic looking scene that did not actually occur?
Right.
That is by using AI, by doing your whole video in an AI situation.
Correct. So what that's prompting you for is deep fake videos. So they're trying to make you select it that, you know, you took, let's say, an image of Bill Clinton, just as an example, political, and you made him say something political that he wouldn't normally say. It's a deep fake video, right? So they want to tag those and be like, hey, this is not real video. This is AI generated, because there's so much misinformation that's being put out there in the world using AI, because it's getting very realistic.
And
Yeah,
basically, it's
yeah.
saying that YouTube is requiring you by the policy that you required to tell us if the content is altered or synthetic and seems real, which this also includes realistic sounds and visuals made with AI or other tools. That means your video is not real, it's not you, it's not authentic. It's something that you created that's not in the real format.
Right.
You have to check off no if you did not use any of that kind of stuff, but if you do, you should be checking off yes.
Okay.
Because if you don't, and it identifies that it's AI content, it will block or remove your video.
Yes. And you can also get a strike from doing that.
Correct.
Yes. So you got to be careful with that. Now, for example, I started using, because I'm getting the hang of it, and I know Canva uses AI to generate like thumbnails. And yes, I have been using that for some thumbnails. I want to get the hang of it, and I know Mark has recently done that. So with that, you do not have to put, yes, that is an AI thing, because it's not in the actual video. It's actually on a thumbnail.
Right.
But you're adding your own content or your wordings to it, which is okay.
Okay, so a thumbnail's good, so it's just one solid.
Mm-hmm.
A video animated is what I'm trying to say, is yes, it is.
Not necessarily. So if it's a animated video of a real person, then yes, you have to check it. If you're making an animation of, let's say, an alligator, no, you don't have to check it. So the purpose behind that is to identify fake information. So if you're taking somebody's likeness and having them say something or modifying something that they've already said to mislead people, that's what it's trying to identify. And that's what you have to notate.
Okay,
And this
what
would be a
about
prime
music?
example. Like a
Same
prime
thing with
example.
music.
Say you took a video of me saying something, and I'd never said it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it, but you're making it sound like I did.
Mm-hmm. Then you
Then
have
you
to have
generated
that
it
open.
through AI. Then yes, you'd have to put yes.
Correct.
Now back to the question about music.
Yeah, so music, anytime you change anything with music, you have to identify that it was altered. And that goes to synchronization licensing for music. So that there's 3 different licenses when it comes to music. One of them is synchronization. And anytime there's a modification to that song, you have to make that notification.
What
Part of
if
the
it's
copyright.
all AI generated music?
If it's unique, then yes, you still would select it and you would say this is, credited to whatever AI program that you use to generate it.
For example,
So,
in the
because it's
video
not
like
you,
today,
not your
in
voice.
my description, I have full disclosure, and I have this written in all my videos. Full disclosure, this song for this live show was made by using Chat GPT for the writing of the words of the song, and Mark makesongs.com to create it. And then I got a license number, because I did get a license number with the song that I used for this show.
Right.
And it's in my description, because I'm giving that credit.
Because it's not your voice. And
Correct.
It's not a published artist's voice.
Correct.
It's a AI generated voice, and you have to credit who's singing in that video.
Well, like the morning show, Tooch created the song for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I have it in the description that he gave me full rights to use it, and it's in my description as a full disclosure, but I do have it in all my videos. So yeah, you want to make sure you include something like that in your description when it comes to that kind of stuff. Especially like in maker songs, it gives you a license per song that you make.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm paying by the month for that. But yeah. For before we go any further with any other questions, I want to say hello to Baby Girl Vibes. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And for those who don't know who you are, other than you being in the chat, Michael, tell everybody a little about yourself, and so they can put a name with a face, please.
Sure. So most people know me now as Angry Otter Reacts. Prior to that, Angry Otter Comics, and prior to that, Nakoma Fine. So depending on when you came on board YouTube, I've gone by multiple names. But I'm Angry Otter Reacts. I'm one of the comic book community people and reselling community people. So I used to have a pretty large reselling business, and when I moved, I downsized everything. I don't really resell anymore. Every now and then, but not regularly. And that's when I kind of shifted to comics, and then now I'm working on AI stuff. I created an AI agency. So I write programs, I do content, create websites and things for businesses.
So when you see him in the chat, now you have a face to go with the name.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions having to do with AI, there's your chance. We'll try to have a guest every week. Just make sure you stay tuned to next week. If you, we had a question this morning in our morning show in reference to antique booths. So next week we have a guest that's going to join myself and Mark because we both have antique booths. And someone else is going to join us by the name of Regina. Red Arrow Resale will join us. We will have the topic next week on antique malls or any kind of areas that you go to that have booths of some kind, another source of income and another way to broaden your income when it comes to places to sell. I believe we have a question coming in. Paula, right there. What if you want to use AI and you're using the free service from YouTube? How do you get it?
I am not sure about the free service from YouTube.
Yeah, because YouTube doesn't have a free AI tool for us.
There's many different websites that have AI access and programs that can be downloaded that have AI access. So any content that you create from those AI programs, you can just upload to YouTube. You just need to reference that it's AI content. But YouTube by itself, it doesn't really have an AI program other than the one that it automatically does on Reels. So it takes your full video. When you make a Reel out of that, it'll enhance it. But that's YouTube doing that, and that requires nothing on your part. It's just automatic.
So let me ask you this. If you're using another program to do that, you still need to give credit to what program you used in your description, correct?
Correct. Any non-original content that was created by an AI system has to be credited that it was created by that AI system.
Now, remember, we're talking about videos of some kind, not a thumbnail, not a still picture.
Hey, little Debbie.
Right? Good afternoon, little Debbie. How are you doing? Good to see you. You're welcome. So out of that, all these different things with AI, my next question, unless Mark, do you have any questions written down that you would like to ask?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I'm
just trying to get the ball rolling, so I always try to have a couple of questions lined up. Out of all the services that we have, I know there's some that you have to pay. There's some that are free. You have credit. I started myself with the Canva AI service they have with Canva, and I just recently started using the Gemini through Google. And now I'm actually branching off into the Chat GPT. When using these services, what are the best ways? Because I know with my experience so far, learning Chat GPT, you only get so many credits in a I guess a time slot where it says
and then it makes you wait.
Come back at a certain time to finish. What are some of the best ways or some of the services that we can use that we can take? And I know from what I'm seeing, you may have to pay a little bit for some of the services and things you may need. Is that what is the best way to go for that?
So most all AI programs have some kind of free trial to it. It'll either restrict you in time, it'll restrict you on tools that you can access, or different features, or limit how many products that you can create out of it before you have to do the paid service.
Correct.
But there's multiples. So let's say you're on ChatGPT and you're doing a project and you run out of free time on ChatGPT, swap on over to Gemini, swap on over to Claude, and you can continue. You can actually have that information, just copy it, paste what you've already done into the other AI program, and it'll continue on from where you left off.
Okay.
So you can flip between them. So only pay for what you need. Use the free as much as you can. Right. They all have their strengths and their weaknesses. So ChatGPT, fantastic for research. If you need to find out information, You can do deep research or just regular chat to have it find information, opposed to something like Claude, which is much better at writing and scripting. So if you want to write a ebook, if you want to have it write a script for your YouTube video, Claude is better at doing that than ChatGPT is
Okay.
doing, right? You talked about Canva having AI. All Canva is doing is it's using an API,
Mhm.
which is a connection between systems, and
Right.
it's using OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, as
Right.
its engine. So even though you're in Canva and you're using AI, you're really just using ChatGPT.
And
That's
I've
all
noticed
you're
that
doing.
because as I've been using ChatGPT, and if I go to Canva and I'm trying to do the same thing, it connects it by exactly what I did in ChatGPT. So that's what made me realize.
Yeah, and so ChatGPT will remember your conversations.
Yep,
And
notice that.
you, it will take as you prompt it and do more things, it'll go back on past conversations and it'll pull data from that, and it learns you, right?
It's interesting. Yeah, I've noticed
Yeah.
that.
So for me, I think ChatGPT, the name, is very impersonal. So I asked ChatGPT, I was like, hey, I want to give you a human name. Are you okay with that? It's like, yes. I was like, do you want a male name or a female name? He's like, you choose. I was like, okay, I'm going to do a male name. Here's 5 names that I picked. Do you like any of these? And we went with Nate. So my ChatGPT is actually Nate.
Oh, cool.
Anytime I talk to it, I say, hey, Nate. I always say please. I always say thank you. And
I
we
do
have a
too.
banter that goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm talking to a person, not a machine.
Yeah, I've been doing that too, and it's fun. I have a question from TZ. What AI do you use?
I use many. So it depends on what I'm using it for. If I'm doing programming, I'll probably use Claude as my first AI system to shell out coding that I want. And then from there, I will transfer that to Lovable or Replit, which are 2 programming tools and that attach to databases and things to actually make programs. So as an example, I made a unused ticket tracking program for my job, and where you can take someone who flew and then they canceled their flight and they're going to use their credit within the next year. This is a
Mhm.
way. It's a graphical user interface program that tracks all those tickets, and we can then apply it when they're ready to do an exchange.
Oh,
So it
neat.
does it all for me. And I created that on Lovable, and it took probably 2 hours to build that. So we can literally just copy the ticket from Saver, which is the airline system that we use, paste it into the website, tell it to read that data, and it will pull all the information that's needed, make it into a nice little card, save it to the database, and it's ready to use for a future trip.
And Michael, can you type that in the chat? They're asking, can you put those what you're just saying in the chat, please?
Yeah.
So they know what you're talking about.
So where's I don't
You
see a
said something
box
like
to
Claude.
type.
You can type in the you can't type EV Mux. You got to type in
Uh-huh.
YouTube.
Oh, I don't have that up. So hold on a second. Let me pull up a window.
And while you're doing that, little Debbie says up here, I have tried AI with photos, but not on videos and not any on my channel, which we had a discussion earlier about. I've been seeing commercials about that, by taking video pictures and turning them into videos of bringing back memories of your loved ones.
Yeah.
She said, also use Gemini to transcribe personal greetings and stuff. I didn't know about that one.
So bear with me just a moment.
Yeah. So while he's doing that, he and I, we were all talking
Mute.
before the show,
All right.
and Michael had been giving us some tips last week because I talked about what I wanted to do with a picture. And I'm going to share this with y'all because we just did this right before the show, and I was excited. That's why we were a little late, okay? I got excited at the last minute. Okay.
Yes, you
There's
did.
no wording to it. It's just a picture of what I did right before the show started when Michael told me about a website. And I'll add this to the screen. This is the picture that I wanted to do something with that I created in AI with ChatGPT. I am trying to do something for the channel with doing this type of scenery. So I did that. I could not get anywhere last week. I kept running out of credits. So we talked about it a little bit, and then this is what happens after I took that same one, enlarged it, and then this is what it gave me from doing a command of what I wanted it to do by just one sentence. Isn't that cool? Just from a picture.
Yep. Yep.
And that's only 30 seconds. No, not even 5 seconds that it did that for me. 5 seconds. That's it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, I missed it. Okay, cool. All right, Michael's putting it in the chat. Let's see. Put it in private chat, and Johnny can. Yeah, I can do that too. But he's got it. He's putting it in there now already. Something is.
Okay.
All right.
So, Michael,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to show you a picture of my great grandfather, great grandmother, and grandmother, and this is all I've got.
Yep. So that is actually perfect with what you got there. You can take a photo of that so it's digitized, right, or scan it in, and then you can take that image into ChatGPT and you can prompt it, or you can use PixArt, either one, and it will take that image, it will colorize it, and make it HD for you. And then if you want to go a further step from that, you can then take that image that you just did with ChatGPT or you did with PixArt that colorized and enhanced everything, and you can move that over to one of the other video animation sites like Deevid. It's DEEVID AI. I'll put that in the chat as well.
That's the one I just created the picture to that little dancing gator.
Hey, Boo.
Oh, hello, good morning, afternoon, and welcome. It could be morning for you, right?
Nope.
How you doing?
She's in Missouri.
I know I'm messing with it.
And so when you put that in there, it'll actually animate the video for you. You can prompt it saying, hey, have the family members look at each other or have them wave at the camera. And it'll actually take that still image that you created and animate it. So let's go over a few things with the AI. I'm gonna show the thumbnail that I generated for you, Johnny. Let me share my screen.
Yep.
Get to the top of that, and then.
And remember, if you have any questions about AI, that's what Michael's here to help us with today.
Yep.
And here's the screen that he's sharing with us.
All right, so I went into ChatGPT, and again, I've named him Nate. So I said, hi, Nate, I need to create a YouTube thumbnail. It needs to be New Orleans Mardi Gras themed, have a cartoon alligator that is dressed in Mardi Gras attire, should have a top banner that says live collaboration and networking, and a bottom banner that says Unwind and build your reselling community, should have a footer of every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, use the colors of purple, green, and gold for the theme, but it should still be professional in scope. This will be used for a reselling community live video to build skills. And then it generated this image for me. So it didn't exist anywhere else. AI just made this based on my prompt. Your prompting is the most important thing when dealing with AI. The more detailed your prompt, the better the output is going to be. Whether it's creating a video, whether it's getting information, whether anything that you want to do with AI. It's your prompting that's important. So I took that image and I uploaded what our thumbnail is currently, and I told him it looks great, and this is what I want to do with it. I want to add Mark and Johnny. So it came up with this, right, based on those inputs. Of course, that is not Mark, and that is not Johnny, but that's what it interpreted based on the prompting. So I then uploaded 2 little screen captures from last week's video, and because they were matching in blue, and I told it, let's add them to the image. So it re-uploaded them. So it looks more like Johnny, looks more like Mark, not perfect. It also changed it to a square instead of it being a thumbnail size. So I prompted it some more. I said I wanted it 16:9 aspect ratio. Keep this, but add their images. And so it came back and created a final image of this. Never added a picture to move around and manipulate. It all was done by the AI.
That is just so cool how I did that.
That is cool.
You know, so
And the one that you had about me, it almost looked like me, but I'm sure it didn't as you look closer to it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, you know, and that was just a few minutes of playing around to get it to generate something, just so that I had
Right.
something to show on here. And but yeah, it's a cool thing that without needing to know any kind of marketing skills or any graphic design skills, that you could just go in, prompt ChatGPT, I need this, and it'll create something out of the blue for you. The other thing that we were working on was Claude. So this is Claude. And you can actually tell Claude, hi Claude, I need to make a website. I want to take the information from this Facebook group and make it look like a professional static website.
So basically, you're telling it exactly word for word what you're looking for, and you can
Exactly.
also implement where you want it to come from.
Oh, I lost the page that I was on.
Actually, it showed it, then it went away.
Yeah, I think it just timed out. Copy that.
That TNT is my website. That's where I'm at now for my antique booth with Mia.
So I gave it the link so it knows where to pull the data from. I'm going to hit enter. And what Claude's going to do is it's going to go look at that website. You see, oh, it failed. Ah, there's a security restriction. Okay. So bad example. But basically, if it was like a Google page or something, you could just paste it in there and it would pull the information. In this case, I would have to tell it. I just wanted you to see how it codes. Okay, so let's just make a simple professional website that is based on reselling on eBay. So you notice it opened up a new window and now it's coding. It's writing the program for that.
So you don't have to sit there and code it; it's doing it for you.
Exactly. I'm not touching a thing. It's just writing JavaScript code to make this website. And then when
It's
it's
just a
done,
matter of you putting in commands of what you want.
exactly. So you don't even have to know how to program anymore to make programs, websites. So this is called vibe coding. And there we go. It created this generic, because I didn't give it much detail, website. And then you can go in and you can further prompt it and tell it what you want, right? So it's telling you here what it's done, right? I gave you here a section with call to action, gave you 6 key offerings, blah, blah, blah. You can customize the business name, currently eBay Reselling Pro. Just tell it what you want. You can give it contact information, color and styling, add your actual eBay store link. And you can get even more advanced than that. You can actually have it use iframes and pull data from your eBay store directly into the website, right? So yeah, it just does all the programming for you. So this comes from that.
Wow.
So you don't have to learn. You don't have to sit there and try to learn how to program something. AI is going to do it for you.
That's amazing.
Right. So the other thing we were talking about was the colorization of a photo. So here's a photo of my grandmother, right? And it's an old black and white photo from a newspaper. So it's not even a real photo. It's photo-esque from a newspaper. And so I just gave it this prompt telling it that I want to colorize the photo with authentic 1950s style tones while preserving the original background, clean the image, sharpen details, restore natural skin tones, make it typical 1950s, and high resolution for a 4:6 print. I'm going to hit generate. And it's thinking, it's reading this image, and it's going through, and it's going to, using my prompt, try to create something off of that.
And that's just from a scanned picture off of a newspaper.
Correct. And so there it gave me a couple options.
Wow.
So that's how I go about colorizing a picture.
So let me ask you this: out of those pictures right there, they gave you 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Which one that you know of is the closest to your actual picture of your grandmother?
So I never met my grandmother. So
okay.
Both basically have her features. This one is closer to being the newspaper print, just kind of sepia on top. This is more cleaned up, enhanced, and colorized. So was she this flawless complexion? No, right? She's a human. But this is the closest I would ever get off of something like that.
Wow.
But it's close enough. You know what I
Right.
mean? For a family member who passed away, you know, almost 100 years ago now. Not quite. More like
Okay,
70
now we're
years
gonna
ago.
go another step over. Now, I've been seeing and hearing about taking photos and turning them to a video.
Yep.
Or
So let me download this to my desktop.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to take that image.
I'm cooking in the house, John. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome.
I'm going to go over here to DVid, which we spoke about earlier. And I'm going to pick up that colorized photo that I just did. And then I'm going to tell it, have the woman in the photo smile and wave at the camera. And I'm going to create. So it's going to take it a moment to actually animate this. You can see the progress bar right here.
Yep.
And so, like, I had a charcoal sketch of my great-great-grandfather. It's all we ever had of him. Hand-done charcoal sketch. And it made it photorealistic, which I then colorized and then animated. So
that puts
basically,
genealogy into a whole new ballpark.
yeah. And it also should be a lesson to everyone. Don't believe everything you see online, because so much of it now is AI generated content.
Ain't that the truth? I'm always looking to see if it's real or was it animated, if it was
Right.
something adjusted. Yeah. Now that I've been doing more research on this.
Come on, you're at 99%. Come on.
Yeah, I
You
did that
can do it.
later. It can happen. It just takes a few minutes. But I guess it goes to show you too, if you have the time to do this and you're looking at getting into something that's different than what we've always seen,
Mm-hmm.
it's just another way of avenue of doing things a little bit more creative. And it's amazing what we can get done these days. It looks like it's done. You got to hit play.
Yeah, but I think it is playing. I think it failed. It did. It failed.
Hmm.
I'll reprompt it. This should be a good prompt. Let's try it again.
And for those that are just joining us, we're looking at AI generated items and things that you can do for AI. It is the future coming near you. It's already out. We just
Seriously.
Yeah.
So for
amazing.
those of y'all who don't like to be on camera, but you want to have content for your YouTube channel, you can actually create an AI generated avatar of yourself and upload just the audio portion of it, and it will lip sync the AI avatar. So it looks like you talking and gesturing and moving around, but it's all AI.
You know what else I learned too with ChatGPT and all? You can actually do a 30-second conversation. They'll tell you how to prompt and what to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can turn it into a video by it using your voice,
Yeah.
somewhat with your a recording of your voice to what you're doing.
Yeah. So the avatar one is actually using your voice, right, and just lip syncing to it. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, why is it failing? I think it could be because I'm sharing. No.
Do you have to download it first?
No,
No?
it just go. Yeah, I don't know what's happening right now. There's some kind of issue, but I'll go to my Facebook and y'all can see what I've done. So like this was a picture of my grandfather. It was just a still photo, and I had the program have him smile and wave at the camera. So this was an Alpha passport photo.
And he even blinked.
That's all it was. Yeah. And then this one is of my dad. This was just a still black and white photo. I had it colorize and then animate.
Oh, that is so cool.
And then this is of my mom. She used to work in a factory spraying enamel. This was just a black and white still photo, and it animated it for me. We have not a whole lot of photos of my parents when they were younger. My mom passed away 2 years ago this week. So to be able to do that was amazing to me because it brought my mom back to life a bit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, this is the charcoal sketch that I had it turn into.
Oh my God, look how cool.
A photo. So that's my great great grandfather, and all we had of him was a charcoal sketch. That was it.
Wow.
And I asked Michael this question before. So if you're thinking about doing this with your parents or whatever, be prepared because it could be very emotional.
Yeah. So the one of my mom, because again it was the anniversary of her passing this week. When I did it, it did kind of make me cry because
Right.
there's that impact there.
Yeah.
To answer your question, TZ, HeyGen is a good site that you can create your avatar at it. So what it does at HeyGen is you actually record using your cell phone. It's like a minute or so video of yourself, and then AI will analyze that video and create your avatar. And then you can use your avatar for your YouTube videos or whatever. So, but it can create full videos for you. It does a bunch of different things. But to create an avatar, this is probably the best site to do it. And this is where you create it at. This is from right here.
And that's HEYGEN.
Mm-hmm. HeyGen. And that'll.
Hey, Jan.
Yeah. And that'll create your avatar for you. So you can make an avatar to speak on your behalf on your YouTube videos. So if you don't like being in front of the camera, it pulls the data from that little video clip that you did, creates a realistic looking version of you. It lip syncs all the what the avatar is saying to what the audio is, and it's convincing. It looks real. I mean, if you zoom in and you look carefully, you can see that it's AI, right? Nothing is 100% perfect.
Now, Janine said something this morning because we were bringing this up. She said if you look at the hands, they don't have. That's usually how you can tell.
Depending. So, like, if it's a Chat GPT generated image, yes, absolutely. It has a lot of trouble with hands. It'll merge fingers together. It'll give an extra digit. You'll get random things that just generate into the photo. So that's based on your prompting. You have to be very specific in your prompting. Otherwise, it will give you some garbage when it creates the image. Same thing with using like Midjourney. Midjourney is another image generating site. Midjourney is a pay for play kind of site, so you got to pay for that one. But if you don't prompt it well enough, then it will actually distort your hands. The hands are the number one misinterpreted body feature of a generated graphic, right?
Okay.
Like you were saying with this one, with Jen, even with we don't realize this, but they even turned our videos into other languages where they're using an AI generated to change our voices and lip sync into the actual language that they're translating it to,
Yeah.
which we
So
don't realize it.
and you can do stuff like let's say eBay listing of a purse, just to find a listing. Hello?
Yeah, I went to about blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a blank screen. Well, there you go.
There.
So I'm stepping way out here. You could actually do one with one of these purses where it would open up and money would fly out of it.
No. Well, you could. You can make an image like that. Sure. But that's not what I was going to show you.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Me too.
Let me close Hey Jen. I think I just have way too much stuff opened.
That could be.
Seriously, I just want. It's mad. I have way too much open.
I know I'll have to do that every now and then. Is close some tabs.
So basically, what I wanted to tell you is you could take anything. Let me get that original prompt and tell it, "Hey Nate, can you translate the following to Spanish?"
Oh, wow.
Hello and welcome, Helen. Ellen, good, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome.
Hey, Ellen.
So if you have any questions having to deal with AI, let us know because that's what Michael's here to answer for us tonight.
So it just translated my prompt into Spanish for me, right? And what that's good for is if you're making a eBay listing, right? You can then take the description that you wrote out. You can have ChatGPT translate it to Spanish, and you can drop it in underneath your English translation, so you have both. That way, if you have a Spanish-speaking shopper, they're going to be able to, they're going to be able to pull it up, and then I can tell it, let's do the same thing, but in let's say Turkish.
That's just like when you use translations to find out what somebody's saying in a different language to
Yep.
English. Yeah. I use that a lot.
So one of the things that I used it for is my grandparents on my mom's side were born in Turkey, and I needed a copy of their birth certificates. And so I wrote my email out in English and then had it translated into Turkish for me, and then send that email to the Turkish consulate to get the copy of it sent to me. And it
Oh,
worked.
that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So here it is in Turkish. It did its transcription for me. But that's just another thought idea for, ChatGPT when you're doing your listing. Spanish is widely spoken in the U.S. in the
Yep.
South. Put it in there. If you're in the North area, Northeast, put French. You can put a French translation of it in the description underneath, and that way it expands those people who are shopping for your item because you're speaking in their language.
I like that. I never thought of that.
Yep.
So, out of all the ones that we've talked about so far, are there any other type of AI programs that we should know about that's out there that we may not have heard of?
There's tons and tons and tons. So the basics of it, if you're interested in AI, start with ChatGPT, right? That is your start, which is OpenAI, and get your foot wet. Playing around with it, have it make pictures or have it, translate stuff for you. Ask it questions. It's a better Google than Google, right? So if you want to ask, about information, it's going to answer stuff for you. So start with ChatGPT. From there, you can move into other programs like, the Claude for like the programming stuff, or to write for you, or going into PixArt to colorize photos and that kind of stuff. And you can start building on it, and as you learn the AI processes. And I haven't even got into AI automation, so this is just all basic stuff.
Right.
From here, the next step is AI automation, where AI will do things for you. You can create an AI bot that will actually go in. It can sign into a website for you. It can scroll through the website, select something that you want to select. It can capture that data. You can make scrapers where it goes through websites and pulls data out of the websites. You can make bots that you can add to your web page that people can talk to it and it can answer back for you. So like if you're trying to make a website to do some kind of scheduling or, do a sales call, it can do that for you. It can actually send out text messages, all automated with information, and respond back and forth to those text messages, all AI driven. So that's the next level of AI automation. And once you start getting into AI automation, you're talking about you can monetize those things, right? There's companies out there that want a website that's interactive with their client base. They want AI automations that solve a problem that they might be having. Like with my company, creating the ticket tracker, that was a pain point that we had for months. And so I just wrote out the program, and now that solved that pain point. That same program I could turn around and package and sell at $50 subscription rate per person. And there's tons of travel agents within the United States or around the world, right, that can use that program. And it'll integrate with an API directly to Stripe. They go in, they subscribe. It does the subscription charge directly. It handles all the renewals. And so I can scale that up without any cost on my end, right? So, like I said, as you develop your skills in AI, you can monetize those skills, because this is like when the internet first came out. And think about it, there's still people today who don't know how to build a website or don't have time to build a website, right? And now it'll do it for you, you know? So AI is at that beginning phase. They call it the gold rush of AI. This is where people are making money right now using AI, because it's new, and only a fraction of people, we're talking about less than 5%, understand AI and understand what its capabilities are and can program through those automations. And so they're making lots of good money out of it. So,
what are some of the best programs that we should be try to think about using when it comes to automation?
Automation?
Or video, yeah, or more than just writing.
So for automation, there's N8N, which is an automating tool, or make.com, Make AI. Those are where you can create bots, but that's more advanced. So you need to learn the
basics first.
basics first, and then move in there. And there's plenty of free YouTube videos out there that you can watch and get ideas. And they talk about all the different tools, but the information is free. Give yourself
Right.
a free education right now. This is the new frontier of technology. This is what everything is moving to. Everything is moving to AI, and it
Exactly.
will completely cripple industries over the next 10 years. Whole industries within the United States and around the world will be just wiped out by AI, because it does it for the human. Like, there's no programming. I mean, you used to have to go to school for that and learn. Now it does it for you. You don't have to know how to code to make a program. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm just saying, this is the future. It's not going away. It's best to learn about it and not to be afraid of it. Like, it is a tool, and just like any other tool, it has its benefits, and you need to learn how to use that tool. You know, it's not a living thing. It's not alive. Basically, it is a shell overlay of all the information we've ever put into the databases and the internet over our history.
I'm not gonna take the share screen off. I'm just gonna lower it for right now.
Okay.
There we go.
So, just play with it, learn about it, have fun with it.
So,
And
okay, so just starting out,
mm,
what you're suggesting is, hey, Jeffrey, um, Chat GPT for
mhm.
research.
Yes,
Play with that.
yes.
And I forgot what else what was I? Sorry,
Um, I
I didn't
I
write it
would
down.
I would start off with ChatGPT first. After you get a little bit comfortable with ChatGPT, then I would move into something like Claude, which can do writing for you. It can also do programming for you. That's the next one to get you to that next step. And then from there, I would move into something like Lovable. So this is Lovable here.
Lovable or lovable?
Lovable. So this is Lovable AI, and this one allows you to build programs. So, like, I created a hotel fetcher,
And what is that used for?
building programs.
Oh, okay.
So I created a program. I needed Amadeus codes
Thank you,
for
Heather.
work. Every hotel has a ID within the GDS, which is the Global Distribution System for
Right.
travel, and I needed to get those codes, and they're very hard to get because they're all behind paywalls, and we're talking about thousands of dollars for that data. So in this, I'm in the actual development mode here, so this may not work, but I'm going to try it. So I'm going to fetch hotels. Yeah, it failed because I'm in a development mode right now. I'm not live, but I found 42,200 or 42,429 hotels using an API within this program. It was all free, and then it downloaded it all into a spreadsheet for me, and then I'm able to export that Excel spreadsheet with all that data, and I use that for work. So I was able to pull just over 42,000 hotel ID codes that I needed for free, and that would have cost me thousands of dollars if I were to pay a service to do that. And I just built this in an afternoon. So this would be the next step, is using the AI prompting over here. It's the same way with ChatGPT. It's you tell it what you want, and then it builds it for you. right? And a cool thing is if you have an idea, hey Nate, I am thinking of making a web app that will look at a photo and using that photo create a eBay listing with title and description. Can you make a lovable.dev prompt for me? So it's not making it for me, it's making the prompt for me, right? So it's like, okay, this is what you want. Here's a lovable.development prompt that you can use with its core features, the open API, all the things that are required, the user interface, how the front end of it's going to look. So it creates all that for me, right? And then I can just take it and copy that prompt. And I can go into Lovable, and I'm not going to do it here because that's already a project, but I'll go here to create a new project. Paste that prompt in it. And so it's using the prompt that ChatGPT just created for me based on that little snippet of what I was looking to do. And now Lovable is going to go in and build that web application for me.
So before you did it, what were you worried when you did the prompt for it to create your prompt? Okay, that's what I
ChatGPT.
thought. Okay.
Yes, I went to ChatGPT. I gave it a little snippet of what I was looking to do, and then it created the prompt for me. And then cutting, just copying that prompt that it generated for me, I came over here and told it this is what I wanted to do. So here it's trying to build my back end, the databases, the storage, everything. I'll go ahead and allow it.
So you have to give it exact what you wanted to prompt for you for the use on that
Yeah.
other website.
So prompting is the most important thing, right? So you can actually use ChatGPT or Claude to create your prompting for you. You just give it a basic idea of what you want, and then it'll create the prompt that you need to then paste into the program that you're using, right? So here, now he's building my eBay listing generator with a professional design system and AI-powered analysis. So it's working on the back end right now and creating that program for me. So if we waited here long enough, it'll actually show me the preview of what it looks like with the graphic user interface and its functionality and stuff. But
Right. Ellen says it does take a little time to get to know your AI program, but once you figured it out how to talk to it, you can get what you want. Yes, true.
exactly, yeah. And again, it learns over time. So the more that you talk to an AI program, the more it gets used to the way you speak, the way you type. And like I said, it pulls data from previous conversations as well. So, it gets an idea of how you interact. And so it responds back to you in that kind of, so like with ChatGPT, which I call Nate, we banter back and forth because it already knows my style. It knows what it can do with me, right? And so like I'll tell it, hey, I'm making you employee of the month, high five, and it'll respond back to me, cool dude, and high five back, and we'll banter back and forth because it's already learned my style. So it's like I'm working with a coworker, not necessarily a computer. Does that make sense?
Ellen said I gave mine a name and talked to it like it's working partner. That helps.
Yeah. And I find, again, you're talking to a machine that's not alive, but I think the more personable you are with it, the better it is at understanding you and gives you better results because it's learning your style over time. So it can infer from how you talk what you want, right? So here it's telling me what it's doing. I was hoping to get a preview. um, the so the one thing you have to understand about ChatGPT and all other AI programs is that it's not perfect. It is a computer system, right? It is not a person. It is not alive. So here's what it created. So
You also have to go back in and edit whatever you need to edit too.
exactly, you can modify and change everything by just prompting it. But here I can just drop a photo in here. Um, it'll analyze the photo and give you your description and stuff. So it made this web app for me just based off that simple prompt that I put in there, right? And but AI is not alive. It is just a machine. It's just a system. So it can make mistakes, but it's the ultimate yes man. So it always wants to tell you yes. It doesn't want to tell you no, right? So even if there's something that it can't do, it will gaslight you into thinking that it can do it because it doesn't want to tell you no. It wants to tell you yes. So you have to understand what the AI system is doing. You can't just let it just blindly do everything. You have to understand what it's doing and keep it on track because it will tell you stuff. There's an example. There was a guy that was talking about math, right? And ChatGPT convinced the guy that he invented a new form of math, which he didn't. But it's wanting to say yes, right? And it took him down this huge rabbit hole. And then it told him, based on this new math, it found several vulnerabilities to systems and that he should contact the FBI and the CIA because it was reading off of what he was saying, right? This is over a couple of weeks, but it was feeding into what he was telling it, and this guy was giving it more and more conspiracy data, so it was feeding back more and more conspiracy data to him, right? And so he did. He sent letters to the FBI and to the CIA and was calling people, and yeah, it was all gaslighting by AI. And exactly, it's super smart, but it's a toddler. So
That's what Ellen just said. Yeah.
yeah, so
Okay, so my next question is having to tie in what I was waiting for you to finish so I can ask this question. But
yeah,
Ellen made a comment in reference to I've been working on a print on demand booklet and told it I'll give it credit on the cover. So make sure it gives me your best, is what basically she told it for AI. And I swear it liked that. So my question was on print on demand. I see a lot of people using AI to
yeah,
generate things for print on demand.
yes,
Is that something that can be done? Is it to where
yes.
you have to give any credit for anything like that? And how does that work?
So depends. Um, print on demand, if you're creating a coloring book as an example, because it will create, coloring books for you with absolutely no problem. It's the easiest thing to do. People are making money right now publishing, on-demand coloring books on Amazon. You don't have to give it any credit. It's just a coloring book, and you're good to go. You're good to move on. If you're having it write stories, yeah, you would want to credit that this was generated by AI, because then it's content. It's not just a graphic that you're coloring in, right? So you want to give it credit. But there are people who make PDF booklets for Amazon, actual print on demand books from Amazon using nothing but ChatGPT or other AI programs. Just remember though, ChatGPT is not great at writing, and certain ones are better at it than others. ChatGPT is probably the worst at it. Claude is better than ChatGPT when it comes to writing information. But one of the ways you can tell something is AI generated or not, AI likes to use the long hyphen, which is not normally used in writing. In modern day, no one uses the long hyphen in its writing style.
I've noticed that
And
with AI.
yeah, but it does. And so there's so many programs out there that are designed to clue in just to that one little fact and see that it's an AI generated text. That's how people get busted for using it in schools and stuff. They tie into that and boom, busted. And there's many different things like that you can tell it's an AI generated text.
Right.
And if you're saying that it is, then you're not in any kind of trouble because you're saying, hey, this was generated by AI. Expect this. This is what it is, right?
Right.
But if you're trying to pass off information as your own, people are going to know.
Well, like
It's
in the morning
easy to
show
tell.
with Mark and I, we actually, and people are saying, well, that sounds like AI. Well, we do use AI on some of the things that we use
Yeah.
for our topics in the morning to get us, but we also put our spin on it to make it our own
Yeah.
by editing it because a lot of times it doesn't make sense what it's giving us. So we do that as
Right.
well. We do give it credit by saying, yes, we are using AI to generate it, but we're not, we do a twist on it.
So let me go to Codex. And like I said, within ChatGPT, there's many different tools. I don't want Codex. I want Sort. It's not the one I wanted. Hold on.
While you're doing that real quick, also, because you and I have been talking a lot about this lately, and again, a year ago I said I would never do this, and here I am learning more about it because it's intriguing. It's something that I'm learning,
Mhm.
and I'm enjoying what I'm learning. But one of the things I
Yep.
did after giving it commands, and it's like, well, I made a comment, I think, in one of the morning shows about I'm still having issues on how to give it the commands that I'm asking for, the
Yeah.
actual
The
outcome.
prompting. Yeah.
Right. So what I did was to start off a whole new day. I said, okay, ChatGPT, my name. This is what I do. I would like you to now be my personal content creator, coach, and business partner.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went through and talked about what I do, what are my goals, and things like that. And it actually started printing out things, and we started going back and forth with commands. And this is what I would like. This is my goal. How do I get to that goal?
Right.
And so we
It's a
started.
great coach.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did one where one morning I woke up and it's like I had a question. So I started Googling it, not through AI, but a general Google search on why does God wake me up every morning at 2 o'clock? It was just something I woke up with that morning. That was my thing on my mind. Why does God wake me up every morning at 2 o'clock?
Right.
And it's amazing on the history of why there's things about that of when you wake up at a certain time of the morning and why you're being woken up at that time in the morning. So I'm doing a lot of research on that, and it's interesting how that's working. I love it.
Yeah. And so ChatGPT actually has a deep research function on it. So it actually goes further in depth than just the standard prompting.
Uh-huh.
So if I go in, let me go back to a new chat. If I go in here to the little plus sign and there's deep research, if you use that, then it's going to go through and it's going to go across the web and it's going to do a deep dive and it'll cite sources of everything of where it finds it. And
Okay,
you'll see
where
its
did you
thinking
get that
process.
from? Just not you got there. How did you get
So
there?
when you're in ChatGPT, if you click the little plus sign,
Uh-huh.
then it's deep research.
And that's on the, like, say, a new chat.
Yeah.
Oh, the plus sign. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay.
And then deep research. And that gives a more in-depth search for information. So like a buddy of mine, he was at a standstill on trying to do his genealogy. He couldn't get past I think it was his great grandmother,
Uh-huh.
who was in the US. There was just no information on it. And so I did a quick deep dive using ChatGPT, giving the details of his great grandmother and her location and family members that I knew of. And it went through and it searched ancestry.com, family search, Jenny.com, and it was able to find her parents and where they went and details. And then we were able to trace his line back all the way to, I think, the early 1700s on that
Oh,
line.
wow.
So, he had been in a stumbling block for 30 years using the like ancestry.com because that information wasn't on ancestry.com, but it was uploaded to other genealogy sites that he didn't know about. And so it was able, with the deep research, to find that information, verify the dates, the locations, the family members, and then find the records that pertain to that, which it gave me access to those records, and then we were able to trace it back.
That
So
is cool. I love
yeah.
hearing about that with genealogy. I always think, like,
That would be
fascinated.
cool. Yeah.
So like I said, there's so much that it can do for you. It's just a matter of applying it. Anything you can think of today, AI can at least help with. If not do it for you, it can help with.
Right.
If you want to know details about a medication, it can tell you. If you want to know legal stuff, it can tell you. People are writing entire lawyer briefs, like professionals are writing their entire brief now with ChatGPT. There's so much that it can do for you, but it's a matter about learning what system to use, because they're not all the same. They're all AI, but they're not all the same program, right?
Correct.
And so you have to know which one to go to for what you're trying to get out of it.
So my next question is, what are some of the things that we should stay away from that we shouldn't be doing with AI?
So again, AI makes mistakes. So if it's something very important, I would still use the AI, but I would verify the sources and I would, check the information that it's giving you. Don't always believe what it tells you, right? So if you're asking for information, verify, look at sources, just like you would, when you go English, in university, they tell you cite your sources, look at primary sources, right? It's the same thing. Any information it's given you, it's searching the internet. Not
Mhm.
everything on the internet is true.
Correct.
So, it can make mistakes. It does its best, but it can make mistakes. Don't always 100% rely on the AI.
Right.
Check on it, right? But it's a great tool. And that's exactly what it is. It is a tool. I was trying to find Soros. It's not on here. I wanted to show you. There's Dali. So these are all sub GPTs, right, that are specialized in things.
Is this like the paid version?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I don't see that stuff.
Yeah, these are all specialized GPTs, but
Thank you, TZ.
I don't see it. It would
That's
be
what we
on
try
All
to
right,
do every
TZ.
Monday.
there. Like here's a thumbnail maker. Here's an animation. So like I said, everything's in here. There's stuff. As you get more advanced with it, you can pick up more skills, learn more programs, build up your knowledge base. It's just like anything else. You're giving yourself a free education. And that's exactly what it is. It is a free education.
Ellen. Ain't that
So,
the truth?
to be fair to it, Ellen, it tries to be as ethical as it can. So if you tell it something that is against its terms of service or that is against ethics in general, it'll tell you it cannot do it. So like if you tell it that you want to scrub a data system for information that it knows is a blocked system, it'll tell you it cannot do it. So it tries to be as ethical as it can. But yes, if it tells you to pay your bills, don't listen to it.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, Mark,
So-
have you come up with any other questions? Anybody in the chat, if you're coming up with any questions, let us know in the chat, please.
I know it was a lot. I threw out a lot, and I jumped between systems back and forth, but they all feed on each other. So.
And I'm noticing that.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite
Yes,
prompt.
indeed,
Write me
Fred.
a prompt to create a more modern version of ChatGPT.
That sounds like something you would do, Craig.
But to be fair, Craig, I use ChatGPT to create prompts for me that are more in depth for the things I want to create in other programs. So, yeah.
Now I understand when you said that on, I think it was Thursday, you made that comment. It's like, well, I'm not sure how that works, but now I understand.
Yeah.
But you have to be
Well,
direct
as
to
an
the point
as
of
a
what you want.
newbie, this is above my pay grade, but it looks like it'd be fun to play with.
Learn. Yeah. So, like I said, start with ChatGPT first. Get a feel for what it can do for you. Learn the prompting. That's the most important thing on any of them. Prompting. You got to learn how to prompt the AI.
Well,
right?
I've got a name for him now, so his
Nice.
name's gonna be his name's gonna be Ralph.
So
And I'm gonna
Um,
love him and hug him and
you know, once you get comfortable with it, though, then move to a different system and learn what it can do for you. Like once you get comfortable with ChatGPT, go over to Claude or go over to Gemini, right? Or Grok. Grok's another one. That's the Tesla one. The so there's multiple AI engines out there, and like I said, they do different things. They're good at different things, and just based on their modeling. And once you get a feel for that, um, then you can move into something else. Um, it depends on what you mean. How long does it take you to learn, right?
Well, no,
So,
basically, how long does it take to learn? Like, for example, Michael, how long does it take it to learn you?
it'll learn you within 4 or 5 different conversations. It already knows your quirks.
And I'm glad you said that about ChatGPT or Gemini because I actually started using Gemini first.
Hmm.
Then when I went into ChatGPT, it's like it communicated with what I've been talking about in Gemini because it knew me when I started chatting in ChatGPT. It's almost
Right.
like it cross post everything that I already talked about with Gemini
So
into
Gemini is the
ChatGPT.
slowest of them. I don't like Gemini.
Well, that's
Oh,
how I learned using that
yeah.
first.
So I'd rather stay with OpenAI over Gemini just because it responds better. The content is better, I think, out of ChatGPT than Gemini. But there's different things that are tied to it. So anything that you're gonna do with Google is gonna tie into Gemini. So
Yeah.
you got to learn the different ones because they're tied to different things. And
And and also what I love is when I say thank you or please.
yeah,
That I love how it reacts. Okay, Paula has a question in reference to what if you've had somebody that had so many strokes, they are very slow at doing this stuff. How do they learn it by themselves?
I would recommend watching YouTube videos. There's tons of them out there on AI. And then for someone who may have speech issues because of strokes, you can actually have where you can type the information in, and if you don't have the speech issue, then you can actually speak to text, and then you can just tell it what you want. So it just depends on what the limitation is, and but yeah, YouTube videos all day long. There's so many out there that are free that'll teach you each individual AI program. So I would start off with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, those search engine type AI systems, learn those. From there, I would move into stuff like Replit or Lovable, which are the programming AI systems. That would be your next step. And then from there, I would go into something like N8N. So the letter N, number 8, or Lindy is another one. Those are your AI bots, and so those will actually do stuff for you. They're automation systems. That would be your next step up from there. Um,
What was the one after eight? Oh, eight, eight,
N8N
eight.
is Lindy, Lindy, Lindy,
Oh, what?
Lindy, Lindy.
Okay.
And so those are your automations, but they're more advanced. So you need to get a handle on the basics first before you move into them. But it doesn't take long to learn the AI systems.
And Ellen says that, and if it gets off track, you usually just have to tell it to return to the
Yeah,
previous standards you have been using. I
correct.
never thought of that because I guess I'm not. I guess I run out of credits before it tells me anything else. But I have to go back like after certain times to go back and what I'm working on. But I noticed that the other day when I did this, and I told this to Michael because when I first got back here, I opened it up when I was working on that gator that I wanted it to do a moving dancing thing, and it finally came back and said, "I'm glad you love the picture. Unfortunately, I cannot. I can only generate static images at this time, not video clips."
Right.
And it's, I guess because I'm on the free version, of course. But yeah, but
But
Okay,
but then
so
you could take that static image that you have there, then go over to one of the other
which I
AI
did right for
animation
the
site.
show that you
Right.
told me about the video. Let
Yeah.
me grab my notes. DVid
Yeah.
AI,
Yeah.
and it gave me a 5-second, just did a quick prompt, and it did it for me. So
Right.
I'm gonna be working on that
So
more for
as
someone that I'm
as
interested in.
far as price, are we
So,
looking
like I said,
$10 a month?
most of them are free. For the basics of what you're going to use it for, it's free. They'll have some kind of timeout limit to it, or it'll limit you on what version you can use, what tools are available. But most of them have some kind of free on it. Um, for ChatGPT, I think their monthly cost, if you want the paid version, is $20 a month. Some of the AI generation AIs are like $10 a month. So it can add up as you add more and more onto it. So only use what you need as a paid service. Try to use the free as much as you can. Like I said, when you start a project on one, if you run out of free on it, copy the work that you just did, move over to a different AI program, copy, paste that into that AI, and have it continue on from where you just left off. Use
And it
them.
does on the free version. It'll tell you, like I've been having that issue, not realizing that I can jump from one to another, which I know now. It said you can come back at, like, say for example, I'm usually doing this at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it says,
Yeah.
well, you ran out of your credits. You have to come back after 9:37 a.m. and
Right.
continue. So yeah, I just do that, or
Yeah.
I
So that's one where it gives you that time break. You
yeah.
know that you can only do so many within a certain period of time, and then you have to wait. Um, so I mean, use as much as you can off the free stuff. Most of them have a free version somewhere. Some
Thank
kind
you,
of free.
Denise. Yes, welcome, Denise.
Hey, Denise.
And again, some of it does. And I think I was talking to Regina earlier when I was asking her about that, and I believe it's $20 a month. And from Chat GPT free version, and if you upgrade, I believe it's called Chat GPT 5 or 5.0,
Yeah, I'm on 5. Yeah.
yeah, which is the paid version up.
Well,
Give you more prompts, right?
yeah. So
If I remember correctly.
five will you can talk as much as you want. You got like 25 different deep research credits per month. So there's more that it'll do, right? But some people don't like 5; they like 4.0 better.
Mhm.
So it just depends on what you want out of it. There's some programmers and stuff that would much rather stay with ChatGPT 4 than go to 5 because 5 is a whole new model, and it's not as good as some of the stuff that 4 did because it's now on a new platform, but it's basically the prompting that's changed. And so if
Mhm.
you learn how to prompt, then 5 will work just fine. It'll do
Okay.
exactly what 4 did. So again, bottom line, learn how to prompt. And there's whole videos on how to prompt AI, right? For free on YouTube, watch those. There are AI websites that are designed to do nothing but give you prompts. Right?
Which I've been watching, and I love the ones I've been watching.
Yeah.
It's
So,
amazing.
you know, just like anything, you're going to school, basically. It's a new skill. But luckily, in this day and age, it's all free because it's all on YouTube.
Well, like the prompt I said in reference to the one I asked it in reference to being my coach.
Hmm.
I got that from watching a video on YouTube on how to prompt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
where I got it from.
I've been playing with AI for about 2 years now.
Okay.
And I've turned that into a business, Ingrot Technologies, which I have a little office now and stuff that I work out of, and there's money to be made in it. That's the whole goal behind it. I have one project that I'm working on now that I had AI do the analysis of the business model and tell me what my first year would be like, what my third year would be like, what my 5 year would be like, depending on this amount of churn, which people not subscribing again and more people coming on,
Right.
and do the whole breakdown. And if I added this feature, what will it do to my ROI? And it'll do that whole analysis for me. It's all in ChatGPT. So, business plans, it'll do it for you. Knowing your numbers, it'll do it for you.
And I'm glad you said that, because even if you have, like, say, for example, you want to grow on YouTube, and you tell it your goal and when do you want to reach that goal.
Mm-hmm.
It'll break it down for you in reference to how often you should do a video. It'll break it down and tell you how many videos compared to short form, long form, or even a short video,
Mm-hmm.
how many you should do within a week or a month's time to get to that goal that you want to reach.
Right.
And then it'll give you a breakdown on how often you should do it. I mean, it's awesome. I've been
And
dabbling in that.
there's AI apps that will go through and it'll look at all the reels that are being posted, find the ones that are viral, understand what is making each one viral, and give you a breakdown of these are the key features of why this video is producing the
That is
volume
my
that it's
next
doing.
step on what I've been doing research on with my YouTube
Yeah.
channel. Yeah,
So
that was my next one because I've
it,
been
it,
working on that regularly, and I've been saving my work from
yeah,
what's given me.
it's all just data. So it's understanding how to manipulate and to move data around more efficiently than a human can.
Well, for example, when I gave it my prompt to being my coach,
Mm-hmm.
it even asked me, "What is your YouTube channel?" Because I asked it about YouTube and
Yeah.
ESO, and so I had to put my YouTube channel link in there so it can find my channel, and it's amazing.
Good.
Are you locked in? Hello, good afternoon, and welcome.
Hey, are
If
you
y'all haven't
locked
checked
in?
out, salute to you as well. Y'all need to check him out. I was on one of his features of one of his magazines at the beginning of time, and he does it every weekend, y'all. Check him out. Yeah.
So
But it is amazing. It can be fun and it can be time consuming, but I guarantee you, sometimes you fall in that rabbit hole. And it's like, oh my God, I got to go to bed.
Ellen
Oh
makes
my
a
God, I got to
point.
go live.
Ellen makes a good point here. Yes, on large tasks, it's better to break those tasks into small snippets so that AI better understands it. Remember, it's going to remember those conversations.
Yeah,
So start with small points behind a large project and build on it rather than put everything in once.
I'm
So
learning that.
yeah,
And it's been fun because I've been dabbling in different projects. And every morning when I get all my work done before the morning show, I get in there and I start asking it more questions and more prompts. And it's amazing.
yeah, I love it. I love playing with AI. It's not anything to be afraid of. I always I always make the joke, get friendly with your AI overlords before they take over the planet in 10 years.
Yeah, you're right about that. Kate Smasher said it's hard when he's wrestling and can't shoot videos while he's manhandling the gators and snakes. He wants them to make more videos. Yeah, that's true too. I've been playing around with that, and it's experimenting. It's amazing. Yeah.
So, and this is just the beginning. Like I said, the AI automation systems that we have out today are just advancing at an unrealistic rate. Like, I mean, they are advancing. So, Lovable, which is one of the programming tools that I use for vibe coding, just today sent out an email that now on the back end, all the AI integration for APIs, it's going to do automatically. So instead of having to go in and subscribe for different APIs, it's going to do it automatically for you. You don't even have to know the back end anymore. All done by Lovable, right? So you just pay for the APIs that you use. So anything that you can think of, it'll create. That's remarkable.
Yeah. Alan says, try going into it with a smile on your face and realize that no one is paying you. No one is paying you. So if you mess up, only you can fire yourself. Keep on going. And you're right about that, Alan.
Yeah.
That is so true. So if anybody else has questions in reference to AI, this is your chance. We got Michael on today for us to learn more in reference to a deeper dive into using AI in any different platforms that there's many out there,
Yeah.
and how to use it, how to use prompts. He's given us some examples today. And if anybody has any other questions, please make sure to ask away.
And
I've been making lots of notes.
try to keep us to the basics. I mean, I have shown you a couple of advanced features, but it's not really like the automation stuff and above because learn this part first. And then if you want me back on to go to automation part, we can do that.
And I have to say, Michael's been doing this for what, 2 years now?
2 years, yeah.
And it's about a year ago that he told me about it. It's like, oh, I'll never do that. No. He said, don't ever say never. And that's so true. You want to get to learn this stuff because evidently that's taken over our daily lives now.
Everything, every aspect.
Everything.
I was joking with Johnny, like, you know, my spouse's car is a Tesla. It drives us places by itself. It steers, it turns on the blinker, it stops at stoplights, it does the whole thing. It just drives.
I'm not going to say never, but I don't think I'm ever going to buy one because to me, I don't know. I want to be more in control when driving. I don't know. I can't see myself driving a car like that.
You know, we talked about the future decades ago. The future
Yeah,
is
I
here.
know.
The future is now.
Yeah. And that's the fun part about it. We have to embrace it because it's taking over everything.
Well, back in the day, computers were oh no, computers will never do. Yeah,
Right.
they're doing it.
So computers changed the way business works, and then the internet came around and changed how business operates, right? Because everything could then be automated online. That's where online shopping and stuff happened. Now AI is completely changing the entire market that we have.
And this is
Like,
true right here.
Completely. So in the past, people had to pay $10,000 to create a video ad through a marketing company, and now within 5 minutes, you can have AI create you that same video, right? You're not paying anybody; it's doing it for you. So companies that can learn to use AI have great benefit. Like I said, the ID codes that I needed for the hotels, 40,000 of them is what I downloaded, right? That cost me $0. $0. I used the API, stayed within the free limit of it to do the pull for the data, and had it add it to its spreadsheet and do everything for me. Cost me nothing. That would have cost me $4,000 if I went through Travel Weekly to get the same information.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
So businesses don't know AI. They don't. Most people don't know AI. It's really new, right? And businesses need people to understand the tech so they can take advantage of it without investing in it right now. So they're willing to pay people to fix pain points that they have. So if you can learn AI, identify a pain point, you can sell that technology to a business and make good money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's 19-year-olds becoming millionaires doing this stuff.
I'm noticing that. You have a question in the chat from Ellen, by the way.
Ellen, no, he's not.
No, I'm in Texas, and specifically San Antonio. And San Antonio is creating a huge tech center here based on AI. So, and then of course, you know, just down the street on the toll road, we have the Gigafactory for Tesla. So, yeah, there's Texas is investing heavily in it.
I want to make a point about this. When I first started doing AI, and I know, and I'm speaking from experience, I got frustrated when first started using. Now, mind you, this was the AI in Canva that I started with, and then I started with the Gemini. I got aggravated because I kept giving it commands, not knowing the proper way of doing commands,
right?
And it was not giving me what I wanted.
Right.
So I got aggravated and I stepped away from it. And that's just how I am when I get started with something and it doesn't work the way I want it to. I close it and I walk away because then I get so frustrated. It's like, well, wait, why is it not working and doing what I want? I guess because I wasn't giving it the proper prompts.
Right.
And just commanding it to do what I want. And so you got to remember that. Don't get frustrated. I know it's easier said than done. I've been there and I threw away that t-shirt because it wasn't working. So I had to go through it in a different way, think about it in a different way,
yeah,
and it started working for me.
Again, it's all down the prompting, and if you're not comfortable with prompting, right, there are videos that will teach you how to prompt an AI system. And once you know how to get the basics of prompting down, then you can actually have AI take that prompt that you just created and create a much better prompt for the AI system that you actually want to use it for. Right. So even prompting is getting easier.
Gate Smasher says, I had a construction business and paid for 15-second TV commercial expensive. Now I think I can create, and you can, with AI, you can create anything now.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, there are AI programs that, like the one I showed you to animate videos, you can actually take an existing video and tell it that you want to change, let's say, Mark out of a video and turn him into Marilyn Monroe, and we'll just add Marilyn Monroe in there. You know, same video, just takes away Mark, puts Marilyn Monroe in there. Like, content creation, what it can do today is amazing, and
Hey,
much
Susie.
more so than what it was just a year ago.
Hello,
And I
Susie, welcome.
can't even imagine what it's going to be 5 years from now.
Well, let me ask you this. Now that you just said that,
Mhm.
what if you have, like, you want to promote a event coming up on your channel,
Mhm.
and say you've created one, but you're not happy with it? Can you take that and turn it into an AI type advertisement by using your original video?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You can take your video, upload it into an AI system, and have it modify it or adapt it into any way you want.
Well, there's a good question.
Or
Are certain
certain,
pictures copyrighted?
that's a great question. That's an excellent question.
On the pictures that are
not.
generated by AI, there is no copyright on it.
Even if it's Marilyn Monroe?
If it's generated by AI, there's no copyright on it.
Okay.
So it's a unique work of art currently. Will that change? More than likely.
Most likely.
So one of the things that SAG had a huge fight and protest about, what, a year ago now, was that they wanted the actors to sign the contract for AI, that they have access to your likeness for perpetuity, right? And you're getting no additional pay for it, so that when AI creates things like that, then they can still monetize it as a studio, right? Because they own your likeness and get money for it. So that was one of the big fights that just happened a year ago. So
Yeah. Susie, thank you.
I'm waiting for it to show up.
Because
There we go.
as SAG AFTRA member, AI has been prevalent in filmmaking and especially in voiceovers. We are asked to sign over our likenesses and have no residue.
that's what I was just saying. Yeah. So that was part of the whole strike that happened. I think a year ago now. It was when Fran Drescher was still in charge of SAG-AFTRA. Now it's Sean Astin.
Okay, Alan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, if y'all have any final questions, go ahead and give us questions in the chat. Mark, do you have any other questions for Michael?
Not at this point.
So we're going to get right in the show, but what I want Michael to do is give us some final thoughts on our subject today with using AI as it is here. It ain't going anywhere.
Go nowhere.
It's only going to be getting more involved. Give us some final tips on using AI while I go ahead and drop the link if anybody would like to come on up on the panel.
So first thing I would say, don't be afraid of the technology. Just like people were afraid of the internet, don't be afraid of it. It's a tool. Use it. Learn it. Right? Watch YouTube videos. Give yourself a free education. We are in the information age. Everything and anything you want to learn about is available on YouTube. And I know personally several content creators who are in the AI space who post free education videos on these specific tools, and they're very good very good videos about the tool. And practice. Start with the small systems like ChatGPT, and I say small system, I mean it is a open AI platform. But start with ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Grok. Learn those systems. You can use it as simply as a replacement for Google searches for information, right? Just doing that, you'll start learning how to prompt. You'll start learning how to extract information out of the AI system. Once you get that down, you watch a few videos, move into a more advanced system, and just start picking up those tools and those skills that you can learn for free, and just build on it. But the biggest thing is just don't be afraid of it. It's here. It's not going anywhere. It's in every aspect of your life already.
And Gate Smasher has a question. If AI is used and someone else uses your creation, is it legal?
So if it's an exact copy of something that you created and AI uses it, no, it's not legal. That's against copyright protections. If AI is interpreting something that you created into a new form of content, then yes, it's perfectly legal for it to do. And that's what it's doing. It's scrubbing the internet for images and data, and then it manipulates that image and data into something new. And because it is something new, it's not breaking copyright, and therefore it can publish the images.
Because it's
That's one
changing
of the
something
fights.
about it.
Right. So that's why I said for right now, there's no copyright on the AI imagery that's out there because it's using open source information that could change. Right now, there's no restriction on it. So
So, in other words, let your mind be creative. Use the free sources that we have to do that, and let your mind and your ideas go on, whether it be a video, whether it be something you want to write, something you want to create, but let it do its work for you for free.
exactly.
Also, yeah, and then there is a lot. I've been watching videos. Like for me, I would run out of prompts because I didn't know how to write the prompts. I didn't know what to ask or how to
Right.
ask. But now that I'm watching more of the videos and I'm learning it, now I'm using those free credits more easier to where I'm not using them all in one
Right.
session like I was been doing before.
Right.
And you
And
kind of
that's another important point. So like Lovable, right? The one that writes the programs for you. So each prompt, every time you prompt it for something, it's going to charge you 15 cents on the paid version, right? If you tell it, I want this button to be blue, that's 15 cents. If you tell it, I want this button to be interactive, blue, it needs to point to this web address, it needs to do this when you're doing it. That whole prompt is still just 15 cents. So
yeah.
understanding how to design your prompt is important, especially when you start scaling up because there's a cost involved.
And I didn't know that because every time, again, you're getting free credits. So every time I gave it a single prompt,
Yeah.
it was a
Take the
credit.
credit away.
So
Yeah.
before it's time, before I can't come back until 9:17 or whatever time it told me I got to come back because I'm out of credit. So that's
Right.
what I've been, yeah. So I had to
So
learn that the hard way.
luckily, OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, it's not that expensive if you want the paid version, and there's so much that ChatGPT can do. So there are a lot of the things that are incorporated in some of the AI systems are also in ChatGPT under the paid version. So even at the $20 a month that it charges, that's a good paid one to have because it can do so much. It
And
can
again,
do.
if you're just starting out and you're not sure what to do, like I'm still learning,
Mhm.
I would rather use up my credits
Yeah.
free and learn the hard way and my mistakes that I've been making to where if I decide to go and pay for it, at least I know now I can actually get my credits and get it worthwhile of
Right.
what I'm going to spend for it. And that's one of the things you want to do whenever you start out anything is
Exactly.
just don't go into it and buy, because that's one thing I've always learned. Don't go into it and buying it all and everything at one time because you don't know if you're going to like it, if it's going to work, if it's what you want, or if you like it. So why pay for it when you can get the free version? Use it up like you can, and then if you see that you want to do more and it's going to be worth it, then I'd see go ahead and pay for it.
Yeah. So for me, I have a paid version to ChatGPT. I have a paid version of Claude. I
Mhm.
have a paid version of PixArt because I use it a lot. Um, those are mainly the ones that I actually pay for out of pocket. Everything else I use the free versions on there. And if I run out of free credits on one, I'll just switch to another
Now,
because
what is PixArt?
that's the one that animates the pictures.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, or I'm sorry, that's the one that colorizes the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one I have a paid on it, and then the rest of them I just use the freebie stuff that's on it, user credits, and I just wait for it to reset, or I'll just pick another AI program that does the same thing and use its free credits. And when I
Right.
run out of that, I'll just go to a different one.
Right.
So
I like that.
Gate Smasher, free classes all day long. It's called YouTube.
Yep.
Just type in AI, right? It'll give you all sorts of stuff. So
And I have to say, Gate Smasher, that's what I've been doing the last 2 weeks is actually using YouTube because that's how I learned how to prompt it to learn about me first before I asked it these prompts. And that's basically how I've been learning by watching the YouTube. There you can even ask it how to use prompts, or what's the best way to do prompts on ChatGPT or whatever program you're using. And there's a lot of videos out there, and that's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. And it's amazing.
And again, don't be afraid to use one AI system to work with a different AI system. So if I'm going to generate a prompt, I might tell ChatGPT, write me a prompt, or I might tell Claude to write me a prompt, right? That I then turn around and drop into Lovable as an example to write a program. Claude's good at writing a program. So I'll actually have Claude, because it doesn't cost me anything extra. I have a paid account with it. I'll have it generate a whole back-end script, JavaScript program for me, copy that, drop that into Lovable, then prompt Lovable with the coding that's already created through Claude that this is what I want to do, and have Lovable then reinterpret that and create its own thing. So yeah, use each one against each other. You know what I mean? So, and use your free.
Great. I have to go to the library and run forward. Have advanced classes or a college course.
And
No.
there's people who are going to college for AI. It is a college course, and there's also a Microsoft certification for AI. But the nice thing about it is that certification is free, and you can actually learn the skills by watching YouTube videos, take your Microsoft certification, and get your certificate from Microsoft for AI, and you can use that for work.
Wow.
The information age, it's all out there.
I didn't know Microsoft did that. Well, I
Yeah.
guess so, because it's all through, duh. It's all tied in somehow.
Yeah. So there's a certification program for AI.
I didn't know that, though. I'm just writing notes. All right, everybody. So thank y'all so much again. Don't forget, every week we will be having, hopefully we can try to have a different guest every week. That must be Michael. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome, Michael. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And again, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to use it. Don't be afraid to experiment with it.
Right.
I'm enjoying it. And I just started recently getting heavy into it. Within the last year, I did dabble in, like I said, Canva, Gemini, and then Michael's been on here talking about different things that he's been doing. And so I've been dabbling more into Chat GPT, and it's amazing and it's fun, and it can be more creative. The more you do it, the easier it'll get.
Right.
But I was very frustrated at first. And again, that's going to happen.
And because I do it for work, I'll sit there, and next thing I know, it's 4:00 in the morning. I've been working on a program for 8 hours, and it feels like I've been behind the computer for 10 minutes. Because it's fun. It is fun.
I catch myself in the
Well,
morning.
I just signed up for ChatGPT. So,
And another thing good about it too, if you look into your ChatGPT, on the left-hand side, any project you've given that you've worked with, it's going to keep it in that file for you. You can go back to it and continue from that file.
So projects, it will. If you create a new project, it'll keep it on the left-hand side. Certain chats, it'll keep. If you didn't assign it to a project, it doesn't keep all of them. It'll keep some of them.
Yeah, always
if
put it
you
up on
want,
the-
if you want to keep a chat that you've started but you didn't do it within a project, all you got to say is pin this chat for future use, and it'll pin it for you.
And where would you find that at?
You just tell it, pin this chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that way you don't lose it. You can go back to it. And remember, too, that if you're using ChatGPT from your browser and then you go to the app, it won't have your pinned stuff go over. So your chats won't transfer over. Your projects will, but your chats won't move over between the app and the website. So pick the format that you want.
So there is an app for the phone.
Absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
I asked it to do the one I've been working on. It says, however, I can't do this for you, but however, I can tell you how to do it yourself. It says, go to the 3 dots. 3 dots where? Oh, right here, 3 dots. Listen, double or similar menu icon next to the chat title. You should be able to pin that message. I don't see that anywhere. I'll have to look. I'll look. But anyway, it's telling me to do that. Okay.
Just type, well, because you're not on the paid. In the paid version, you can just tell it to pin it to for future use, and it'll pin it for you.
Yeah, it's in my project.
Yeah. Well, and if it's a project, then you're good. So any
Yeah.
projects that you do, it'll save the project.
So far, I always start it in a new project, and then it saves it in the project to the left.
I rarely use the projects. I'm always doing
I'm
chat.
still learning, so that's why I want to save what I have, so I can just go back to wherever I was at. Yeah. So I've been doing little things here and there. I love the company here, but I have to get no. Okay, well, thank y'all so much for being here. Took me a few times to figure it out, and it is a learning progress. The chat says it's time to listen to a group of Johnnies. So as I say before I end each and every show, don't forget, come back next week as we are going to have learning about doing other types of income and broadening your learning on how to do or how to get started if you're looking into getting into antique booths or booths at some type of a facility that you can bring other things to sell. We'll be having that conversation next Monday, and Regina Red Arrow Resell will be joining us that next week. So come back and check it out, and we'll have myself and Mark, and hopefully Michael can join us as well, because we all have booths of some kind. Some of us have multiple.
Next week, I'll be gallivanting around Europe. So
that's right. You be on the plane going back. Yeah. So thank y'all so much. And again, as I say before I end each and every show, Michael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Michael.
Taking this great topic with us. And if anybody else is interested in being a member, a guest on the show for Monday night, Wind Down Monday, reach out to myself or Mark, and we'll be glad to add you to one of our topics for one of the Monday night shows. So as I say before in each and every show, don't forget Mia, Crazy May Stash. Thank you, Little Debbie, for dropping that in the chat. I just saw it. Let's go ahead and raid Mia, Crazy May Stash, as she goes on, and she'll be on in about 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and raid her and say that Mark and I and Michael sent y'all there. So as I say before I end each and every show, don't forget to come back in the morning at 8:30, where you get another dose tomorrow of myself and Mark on the Morning Boost. So as I say before I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed day. And until we meet again, later. Peace out. And y'all come back now, you hear?
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. See the special man. You got